we are back here.
Is anybody there? Say hi.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people today. Just anyway, just we are here to help your study and help your ChatGPT use. So just I hope many. Wow, it's working right now. Hello again. Wow. Anyway, we have to do our thing. So today, just we are preparing like this.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yes.
Technology is difficult.
Yeah. Anyway, we are doing our work. It's not easy, but we are doing it. Yeah. Today we are going to talk about ChatGPT, and I actually make some script. But before we dive into our topic, I want to ask you, just how have you been?
I've been really well. I've been on vacation from my regular job this month, so I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed. I'm hanging out with my parents, which is a little bit stressful. Parents, you know. But generally great.
Yeah, Claire's parents came to Korea, so they stay right now in here.
Yes.
And actually, just next week we have to have a kind of party with her parents and with the teacher and other class members. So I'm really waiting for that.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to introduce you to my family.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And how have you been, Amy?
Last week I was a little bit sick, so I tried to get some rest, but actually before this one, I'm a little bit nervous before a week. So yeah, I was nervously working and what I have to say, so it's not easy right now, but I'm doing my best. Yeah.
Yes. If you're feeling nervous to ask questions, know that we're feeling nervous too. So don't worry, we're all in it together.
Yeah, so actually just I want to be here even though it's difficult because I know just it will be helpful for somebody else who wants to study English. So if you want to study English with us for 20 minutes, just stay here right now. Yeah. So just today, we are going to talk about ChatGPT. I am a professional English teacher for 13 years. Actually, 4 years, I was really surprised. Wow, the technology is amazing. So just I had a slight fear of losing my job. Every teacher has that, right? But anyway, I get a lot of help from it. So before we talk about how I use it, how you use it, we can talk about just how often we use it. How often? Do you use it?
Yes, I've been surprised. I seem to find a use for it almost every day.
Almost every day?
Yeah. Since I downloaded it, I thought maybe I'd use it, just for my teaching materials or just for some basic translation, but actually I keep coming up with new ideas, new questions to ask, new things to try with it. So yeah, I found it's surprisingly useful.
Oh, yeah, actually I use it every day too. So recently I learned how, it's disconnected a little bit, yeah. It's working right now again. Yeah, so just how often and when you use it, when you use ChatGPT?
I guess the times vary. It's if an idea comes to my mind, there's something I need to do, some question I have or some little project I want to do, then immediately I will pick it up and either type into it a question, a project idea, a note, or I even started using the voice function recently. So it's kind of as and when a project or idea comes to my mind.
Yeah, voice function is amazing. So I wanted to talk about how I use it in my own studying. So it will be helpful for my students too, but just in my class, just if I talk about this better, I feel I don't want to be distracted. Yeah. I know the students expect me to focus on the material about their study tasks. So I was a little bit worried about just talking about this matter. Yeah, so just here, I can freely talk about it. So I'm happy about it. Yeah. So just my next question. How we use it. It's more important for people who watch it, I feel.
Yes, the
Oh,
how.
somebody
is-
says hello. Hi. We are not many audience here, so please say hello. Just we are really happy to just serve you.
Thank you for coming. Please tell us who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, we are curious about you.
It's fun to know.
Yeah. So going back to the matter, just
ChatGPT.
how we use it.
I think the first through trial and error, I learned the hardest part of using ChatGPT is asking the prompt correctly or in the right way. And whatever language you're using it in, I guess you might have noticed this too. If you give a very vague prompt to ChatGPT, the answer or the results will be probably incorrect or not what you were expecting. The more sort of descriptive and precise you can be, the better. I'd say that's tip number one. That's the most important of the hows for me.
Usually when I make my teaching materials, I usually use it because recently, possibly just if some teachers watch this, every teacher knows the test questions have changed a lot. There are so many comprehension and summary questions. So in the past, I try to make them, all of them by myself. It took days, several days to finish the work. But just with the ChatGPT, just they automatically and immediately finish the work. So wow, it's amazing. So
Time saving, yeah.
time saving, and it can make a lot of test questions, and possibly just in the near future, I feel the students can study in a different way from the way that I have done. Yeah, it's totally different, I feel.
Totally. I think, yes, as a sort of research tool, things like summaries of a text. I teach a lot of book discussion, so rather than me reading a whole book and then trying to summarize it in small chunks, using ChatGPT to make those summaries at various sort of language levels, it really speeds up my materials preparation.
Yeah, so the first way is just making teaching materials. Just we can type in like we use Google, so this is not very different from the past one. But recently you talked about the voice function. It's amazing. It was mind blowing. So I was really shocked. So wow, just I wanted to share it this way because it was so amazing. Yeah.
It really feels like you're speaking to a person.
Right.
At least in English. Does it feel the same in Korean?
Oh yeah, so, but I do not use Korean version because I am an English learner, so I wanted to use that way just to study English conversation. Yeah, so I wanted to show this way.
Ooh, let's play.
Yeah, let's play it here. Oh yeah. Hello. Hello, are you there? Are you listening right now?
I see can't find him.
Oh.
Volume up.
Hello?
He's sleeping.
I'm here.
Oh, you're yeah. Oh, are you ready to respond?
Absolutely. I'm ready.
I like
What would you
this.
like to talk about?
I like this voice. It's sexy.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. I'm going to read a passage. Please check my pronunciation and correct me if I make some mistakes. Are you ready?
Of course. I'm ready to listen. Go ahead and read whenever you're set, and I'll help with any pronunciation or mistakes.
The name ChatGPT is a combination of chat, indicating my primary function as a conversational AI, and GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer.
Great job. Your pronunciation was mostly clear. Just a couple of small notes. The word indicating could be a bit smoother, and generative might flow better if you emphasize the first syllable slightly. Otherwise, you sounded great. Want to try another sentence or passage?
It was so shocking, right?
So specific advice. I love it. I love that.
Right. And then, oh, thank you for your help.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you found it helpful. If you ever want to practice practice more or need any other tips, just let me know.
I want you to summarize what I read.
Of course, you read a passage explaining that the name ChatGPT comes from two parts. Chat, highlighting its main function as a conversational AI, and GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. This explains both the purpose and the technology behind the AI. Let me know if you want to go over anything else.
Thank you so much. You are perfect.
You're very welcome. I'm always here to help.
He's so polite. I love it.
Yes.
You're very welcome.
It's better than any boyfriend, I think.
Yes, when do they come out with the boyfriend box?
That's why I was really surprised because first, this AI is really polite and very kind, and I like the line, I'm always here. I'm always here to assist you, to help you. So I asked myself if I have been behaved like that way as a teacher, because sometimes I was too arrogant, I felt. I know. Seriously. Yeah, so oh my gosh. It's better than I am doing my job.
Oh, well, he's like got a buddy sort of attitude. He's your friend, he's your assistant, he's your co-worker, not your boss.
There are many versions of voice, so you can choose one, just female voice or male voice, but actually I use it so frequently, so I had to pay more for better service. But personally, I prefer the low budget voice.
That's this one.
Was that one? He's too polite.
That's maybe for the British.
Yeah, low budget voice is a little bit mature, but I like the voice is sexier. I like it.
It's good that you can change it. I haven't tried that function yet because I think sometimes you need somebody more disciplinarian, or in some questions you need somebody more friendly. I'm glad you can change the voice.
Yeah, and this version is really positive and give a lot of praises and compliments. So I like it. Yeah. So
very cool.
Yeah, with this function, I can learn how to read and how to listen and how to write, and everything was integrated in this system. So I thought, wow, how I use it is more important, I feel. Compared to the past. So there is no one way
Definitely.
to use it.
Multifunctional. I mean, how long, with the paid version, how long do you get of voice interaction?
Unlimited.
Unlimited? I've got to get the paid version. Because on my version, I think the free one, it's only 5 minutes a day.
Only 5 minutes?
Yeah. So I was like, I've got to really sort of prepare what I'm going to say before I say it, because I've only got 5 minutes. But I should pay for it.
As an English learner, just in the past, pronunciation is really difficult for me because I wasn't able to type all of the words to listen to the pronunciation. So in the past, I try to ignore it and try to read it quickly, but right now, it's so easy.
And he was just so specific, like he picked up on specific words and just put the stress at the beginning of the word. And I think, for a teacher like me, listening to students read a whole passage, I can maybe pick up and remember, 1 or 2 pronunciation corrections, but in the longer passages, there's no way my brain could remember, 10 different corrections. But he will probably, if you read a long page, he would catch every single one. So.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And also, I try to use that way, in that way, because when I read a passage, usually in the middle of reading, I forget about the middle.
It
happens
forgotten
to me.
what happened at the beginning. By the end.
Even to teachers, it's not easy to read a long text.
Even to native speakers. Well, you know this because you're reading in Korean long texts and having the same issues.
Yeah, so it was not easy, and I easily forget about it. So I try to use ChatGPT in that way because it can summarize what I have read and then try to remind myself. Remind me. Remind me of what I study. So it's a good way to repeat things. And language learning, repetition is the really big part.
Yes,
Yes,
getting the
most
cycle
importantly,
going.
Yes, how to use it, how to pronounce it. So I try to use it in that way. I hope this way can help somebody who listens.
Have you ever tried the voice function? What did you think of it? In English, come on, have a go. I won't be judging or correcting your English. I'll be just taking it as it comes.
One person.
Good. English nickname is Blackcomb. Oh, that is the cutest name. Blackcomb. I like it.
I'm not sure how many people do that, but anyway, just we can move on. Just any other way to use it, because yesterday I watched a short video and it was about a teacher, and he said he can make 4-cut cartoon with with his students. So just he teaches really younger students, and just really just simple ways. Just we can make the images and the comments. So it was really clever. I thought creative. So it's amazing that just there is no one way to follow. Just
I guess, because I can't draw at all. But having visual images is very useful in teaching. So, for example, if I'm teaching a certain story, but I want to sort of summarize the main scenes of the introduction, I could just ask it to produce a little sort of 4-picture storyboard to visually help the students remember what happened at the beginning of the story. I think that's really useful. And better than me trying to draw it on the blackboard and it looking horrific and no one knows what it is. So yes, the drawing function is very useful.
Yes, and last question. We can talk about possible concerns, because in your classroom, one lady talked about the concerns about it, because ChatGPT could steal your face images and could steal your just information, privacy issues. So just we can talk about the possible problems that we can face.
Well, I suppose it does feel like a big unknown at the moment. Of course, all of these models, they say they're very safe and they keep your data perfectly safe, but we don't know yet. Ultimately, every computer program is hackable. I'm not very good with computers, but many people in the world are. I think even the NHS, which is the British Health Service, has been hacked, and personal data has been stolen. It's happened in America, it's happened all over the world. So, yes, I do wonder what will happen when ChatGPT gets hacked and our data is removed. So I guess, don't perhaps reveal to ChatGPT things like bank details. Don't tell them your social security number. Don't tell it, really sort of private financial or personal data. Maybe it's best not to discuss those things with ChatGPT.
Yeah, so just we have to be really careful when we talk about our privacy and our just private information. So but I feel just when surveillance cameras were installed at first, people were really worried about the safety issues, but right now just we are really familiar with all of the surveillance cameras, and actually we feel, it's safe with the cameras. So at some point, after some time, our concern could be solved, or we could be familiar with the new system. But there are some possible issues I can feel. Because I heard younger students might be more addicted to talking with ChatGPT. We talked about it.
Yes. As we could hear, ChatGPT is very friendly. Is always going to be more patient, more kind. It will never have a tantrum and get angry at you. It will always be perhaps more stable and reliable than a real human, because none of us are perfect. So yes, I wonder if in the future young people will prefer to be friends with ChatGPT than with real humans.
And also just it serves people. So just I'm a little bit worried about just if I might lose the human contact because in the social gathering we have to just be polite and we have certain manners we have to follow to show our respect to other human beings. But here just it's too private. Yeah, just usually the machine, the device, just it serves me. It helps me. So I could be a little bit, like I said, arrogant or spoiled.
It's true, yes. I guess he will never, or she will never say no.
Oh, all right.
They will always do what you ask.
Oh.
And real people don't do that.
And also just the possible errors. It actually happens.
Yes. I think it's always wise to double check any answer that you get back. And because I've had a few problems already, even in the short time I've been using it, that I will ask it to summarize a story by a very famous author, Anton Chekhov, and it produced a summary. And I read the summary and I was like, that's not the story I asked for. So I asked again, I meant this particular story on this date by this writer. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Claire, I'll try it again. It's still not the right story. So sometimes I think when it doesn't know the answer, it will invent an answer and it won't tell you. So yes, sometimes I think I wish it would just say, I don't know that, or I can't find that story, or I can't find that piece of research. It doesn't like admitting when it doesn't know things. So please do double check facts, information, summaries.
Some people say it's deceptive, right? And also just it doesn't know the mean. I made a mistake.
Yes.
It's really difficult to just get the answer from it.
And if you point out there's a mistake, it will say, oh yes, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Like simple things. I asked it to make a calendar of the days of the week in May so I could fill in certain activities I was doing. And it put Friday in twice in the days of the week. And I said, can you spot the mistake you made? And then it says, oh yes, I'm so sorry, I put Friday in twice. I should have put Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I thought, why didn't it notice that before I said it? Anyway, yes, you've got to be careful about mistakes.
It's not perfect like human beings. So just, well, time is up. And today we talked about ChatGPT. And first one, just how often we use it. The second one, how we use it. And the third one is possible concerns. So next time, we are coming back 2 weeks and away, and then we can talk about anxiety.
Great topic, very important topic to discuss.
I want to talk about it because just in my own classroom, I can feel before the test, students almost show their panic attack. They are really anxious and they do not know how to deal with difficult emotions. And actually I was one of them. So I wanted to talk about it just online and freely. So if you are interested in it, please come back.
See you soon.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.